Before we start the ranking, I want to be upfront about something. There is no single perfect definition of what makes a city modern. Depends on who you ask. Ask the IMD Smart City Index, a Swiss business school ranking that assessed 148 cities globally in 2026. And it ranks African cities primarily on how well institutions and technology work together to serve residents. Ask the African Smart City and Sustainability Index, which assessed 30 African cities in 2023, and it weighs governance, innovation, the environment, mobility, and well-being. Ask an economist and they say GDP. Ask a resident and they say safety and clean water. Ask an architect and they say the buildings. This BCD ranking draws from all of those sources. IMD 2026, the African Smart City Index 2023, World Bank data, Henley Africa Wealth Report, and the one measure that does not appear in any index, which cities are actually transforming in ways that African citizens can feel. No favorites, no national pride, just the data and the evidence. Number 10. Let's start there. Number 10. Abidjan, Ivory Coast. Called the Paris of West Africa for the past 60 years, dismissed by many as the ghost of what it used to be after decades of political instability, and now back. Here is what Abidjan looks like from the air today. That skyline sitting across the lagoon is Le Plateau, Abidjan's central business district. Ivory Coast's economy grew over 6% in 2025. For the fourth straight year, it has been among the fastest growing economies in West Africa. Abidjan handles approximately 70% of the goods imported by 5 landlocked Sahel countries. It is the commercial gateway to West Africa by geography and by infrastructure. Its deepwater port is among the most efficient on the continent. The infrastructure investment happening right now, new motorway bridges over the lagoon, a new metro system under development, and a wholesale redevelopment of the Plateau district that is adding glass towers to a skyline that was already impressive. What holds it back? Ivory Coast and the AES countries are in political conflict. That complicates its regional role. And for all its commercial energy, Abidjan still has significant informal settlements on its outskirts that the modernity of Le Plateau does not reflect. Number 9. Number 9. Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. The political capital of Africa. The African Union, the continental body that represents all 54 African nations, has its headquarters in Addis Ababa, which means every major Pan-African political decision is made in this city.
Addis Ababa is the capital of Ethiopia, the largest city in Ethiopia. The population of Addis Ababa is 5 million people. The population of Ethiopia is 120 million people.
Addis Ababa was the first city in sub-Saharan Africa to open a light rail transit system in 2015, built by the Chinese Railway Group, Ethiopian operated. It is also the terminus of the Addis Ababa to Djibouti Electric Railway, 756 kilometers of standard gauge rail connecting landlocked Ethiopia to the Red Sea port of Djibouti, the fastest train in sub-Saharan Africa. Ethiopian Airlines, the most profitable airline on the continent. Addis is its hub, which means it has more direct international connections than almost any other African city. Ethiopian GDP growth, 7% plus. Addis Ababa is growing faster in absolute terms than almost any major African city. What holds it back? The light rail opened in 2015 and the maintenance backlog is real. The city's growth is outpacing its infrastructure in significant ways. Inflation has been severe, and the conflict in Tigray cast a shadow over Ethiopia's development story that has not lifted completely. Number 8. Number 8. Lagos, Nigeria. No ranking of modern African cities can ignore the most economically powerful city on the continent. 35% of Nigeria's entire GDP comes from Lagos. Nigeria's GDP is Africa's largest. which means Lagos produces more economic output than any other city in sub-Saharan Africa. Here's what Lagos looks like from the air. $14.8 million people. The port handles $30 billion in trade annually, 4,200 millionaires, 3 billionaires, and built into the Atlantic Ocean, literally, is Eco Atlantic, the most audacious urban project in West Africa. 10 million square meters of land reclaimed from the ocean, protected by an 8.5-kilometer seawall, designed for 250,000 residents and 150,000 daily commuters. Its own independent power grid, underground fiber, modern towers already rising. Here's what Eco Atlantic looks like right now. And then there is the fintech story. Flutterwave, valued at $3.2 billion, was born here. Paystack, acquired by Stripe, was born here. M-Pesa's success inspired a generation of Lagos-based fintech founders who are now processing billions of dollars in transactions across Africa. Lagos ranks 6th in the African Smart City Index 2023. In the IMD 2026 Index, it sits at 138th globally, the D rating across both technology and structures, reflecting real infrastructure gaps alongside real innovation energy. What holds it back? 60% of roads are paved. Power cuts are common outside premium districts. Traffic. 20 million people generating one of the most chaotic urban environments on Earth. Lagos is the city where Africa's economic muscle and Africa's infrastructure deficit are most visibly in the same frame. Number 7, Casablanca, Morocco. Not Morocco's capital, Morocco's commercial heart. Casablanca generates more of Morocco's GDP than any other city. It is the financial hub of North Africa and the gateway to sub-Saharan Africa for the biggest multinational companies. The port of Casablanca is one of the busiest in Africa. The city has deployed AI-driven traffic management systems, urban data analytics for pollution and waste, and digital governance platforms. In 2025, Casablanca launched the Smart Casablanca project, integrating sensor networks across the city's water, transport, and energy systems. What makes Morocco's cities particularly strong across all indices is the national commitment. The government has invested in a coherent smart city strategy across Casablanca, Rabat, and Marrakesh simultaneously, not building in one city and ignoring the others. What holds Casablanca back? The city can feel less polished than Morocco's tourism cities. Older districts, uneven public space, traffic that does not match the efficiency of the system. But for business, especially for multinational companies using Morocco as their African headquarters, Casablanca's combination of airport connectivity, financial infrastructure, French and Arabic language capacity, and port access makes it the most practical commercial city in North Africa. Number 6, Nairobi, Kenya, the Silicon Savannah. There is no other city in sub-Saharan Africa, including Lagos, including Johannesburg, that has built what Nairobi has built in the technology sector. Here is what the city looks like from the air right now. Microsoft, Google, Meta, Amazon Web Services, IBM, MasterCard, Visa. Every major global technology and financial services company that wanted an African headquarters chose Nairobi. Not Lagos, not Johannesburg, Nairobi. M-Pesa, the mobile money platform that Kenya's Safaricom launched in 2007, gave 40 million people access to financial services before most African governments had figured out how to spell fintech. M-Pesa is now used in 7 countries. It processes more money annually than some countries' entire banking sectors. Nairobi ranked 3rd in the African Smart City Index 2023, first in the economy and innovation category. 4,400 millionaires, population 5.7 million metro area. The Nairobi Expressway, opened 2022, reduced the journey time from the CBD to the airport from 2 hours in bad traffic to under 25 minutes. Tatu City, 5,000 acres, 90 companies, 15,000 workers, integrated schools, hospitals, and residential zones. Managed as a special economic zone since 2011. What holds Nairobi back? The IMD 2026 index places it 6th in Africa at 136th globally. The institutional and governance scores dragging down strong technology performance. Traffic, housing. The gap between the Westlands tech cluster and the Kibera informal settlement 15 minutes away. Let's pause for a second to say a big thank you to the Black Culture Diary community, where Black voices, stories, and legacies are preserved and amplified. By becoming a member, you're not just supporting the channel, you're becoming part of a powerful cultural movement. Let's continue. Number 5. Johannesburg, South Africa. Africa's financial capital. Not the most modern, not the most livable, but the heaviest. Johannesburg's metropolitan GDP is estimated at $76 to $131 billion annually. The range reflects different methodologies, but either figure makes it the largest city economy in sub-Saharan Africa by a significant margin. 12,300 millionaires, the most concentrated private wealth in any African city. The Johannesburg Stock Exchange, Africa's largest. The 10 biggest financial services companies on the continent have their headquarters within 3 kilometers of Sandton. The description that gets used most: Sandton is the richest square mile in Africa, and that square mile is connected to the Sandton Gautrain station, the most reliable rapid transit system in sub-Saharan Africa. Johannesburg 10th in the African Smart City Index 2023. In the IMD 2026 ranking, it sits among Africa's highest-placed cities. What holds it back? Crime rates among the highest of any major city in the world. Infrastructure built for apartheid-era segregation that still shapes the geography of inequality. South Africa has the highest Gini coefficient, the inequality measurement, on Earth. That inequality lives most visibly in Johannesburg. Number 4. Cairo, Egypt. Africa's largest city. By population, by sheer scale. 22 million people.
About 45 kilometers outside of Cairo, deep in the Egyptian desert, a new city is rising.
These are residential zones, right? These are where you have, this is where people live. And then I think that is a business zone. I'm not sure yet. I have to get. As you can see, this is a city that was built.
Cairo, in the IMD Smart City Index 2026, is ranked 2nd in Africa and 125th globally, a C rating across both pillars. For a city of 22 million, navigating the infrastructure load that comes with that scale, that rating is significant. The reason Cairo is 4th rather than higher: Egypt's answer to Cairo's scale problem is to build a second capital. The new administrative capital, being constructed 45 kilometers east of Cairo, is one of the most ambitious urban projects in the world. A brand new smart city from scratch. The government district, the financial district, the residential zones, the transport connections. Being built on land that was desert. 4 to 7 billionaires, more than any other African city. Cairo generates 45% of Egypt's entire GDP. The metro, Africa's most extensive metro system, currently has 3 lines and over 90 stations serving millions of riders daily. A 4th line is under construction. What holds it back? Cairo's scale creates problems that the new administrative capital is designed to relieve rather than solve in the existing city. Air quality, traffic density, the infrastructure of a 22 million person metropolis running on systems built for far fewer people. Number 3, Cape Town, South Africa. The city with the best quality of life in sub-Saharan Africa. Here is what it looks like from above. Table Mountain behind you, the Atlantic Ocean in front of you, and between them, 85% paved roads, 90% household electricity access, a financial and tourism economy that has attracted 7,400 millionaires. Cape Town ranked 3rd in Africa in the IMD Smart City Index 2026, 127th globally, with a C rating across both pillars. It is the highest-ranked sub-Saharan African city in that index. It is also number 1 in mobility and access in the African Smart City Index 2023, the best transport and connectivity infrastructure of any city assessed on the continent. The V&A waterfront, one of the most visited urban tourism destinations in Africa. Smart energy systems, 25% renewable energy target by 2030. Finance, tourism, tech, creative industries. Cape Town's economy is the most diversified of any South African city. What holds it back? Cape Town is the most beautiful city in Africa. It is also one of the most unequal. The townships of Khayelitsha and Mitchell's Plain sit 30 minutes from the waterfront. The gap between those two realities is the sharpest expression of South Africa's unresolved inequality in any single city. Number 2, Rabat, Morocco. The number 1 ranked African city in the IMD Smart City Index 2026. Not Johannesburg, not Cairo, not Cape Town. Rabat, 124th globally, rated C across both the structures and technology pillars. The best combined score of any African city in the world's most respected Smart City Index. What Rabat has built is governance-led smart city transformation. The Rabat Smart and Sustainable City Initiative, launched in 2019, combines digital municipal services with citizen participation frameworks and environmental investment. The Ville Verte Eco District, smart water systems, electric buses, intelligent energy management. The Jazari AI Institute's network, distributing artificial intelligence capacity across every district of the city. The IMD finding that explains Rabat's top ranking. Strong institutions predict smart city performance more reliably than technology investment alone. Rabat has both, and they are working together rather than separately. Morocco is co-hosting the 2030 World Cup. Rabat is one of the host cities. The Kenitra-Marrakesh high-speed line, opening 2029, will place Rabat on a continuous high-speed rail corridor connecting Tangier to Marrakesh. What holds it back? Rabat is Morocco's political capital, not its economic capital. The commercial weight sits in Casablanca. Rabat is smaller and more curated. The ranking reflects governance quality rather than economic scale. And that brings us to number 1. Number 1, Kigali, Rwanda. The most modern city in Africa in 2026. Here is what it looks like.
Kigali has a population of 4 million people. Kigali is the capital of Rwanda and the largest city of Rwanda. Rwanda has a population of 13 million people.
Kigali tops the African Smart City Index 2023 overall. It ranks first in e-governance, the best digital public services on the continent. It ranks second in living and well-being promotion, third in environment protection and integration. The United Nations Environment Program called it the cleanest city on the planet in 2018. The description still holds. Rwanda is the most visa-open country in Africa in 2025. It is the most business-friendly economy in Africa, according to the World Bank's 2025 Be Ready assessment. Kigali has 4G mobile coverage across 95% of Rwanda's national territory. Buses run on cashless payment. The city has Zipline, the first commercial drone delivery network at national scale in the world, used daily to deliver blood and medicine to hospitals. And Kigali Innovation City, 70 hectares in the Special Economic Zone, integrating Carnegie Mellon University Africa, ICT firms, incubators, green energy, smart buildings, and intelligent transport. From July 1994 to June 2026 is 32 years. In 32 years, Rwanda went from one of the most devastating events in human history to the #1 smart city in Africa. The qualification. Kigali is not the richest city in Africa, not the largest, not the most economically powerful. By GDP, Johannesburg beats it by a factor of 50. By population, Lagos beats it by a factor of 10. But modern is not the same as big. Modern means the systems work. The streets are clean. The governance is functional. The technology serves the people. The city improves faster than its problems grow. By those measures, in 2026, no city on this continent has done what Kigali has done. Here is a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black culture, history, civilization, and identity. Let's continue with one final thought. Let me give you the argument that the data is actually making. Every index, every ranking, every economist who has looked at African cities in 2026 reaches the same conclusion. The cities that are winning are not the cities with the most oil money, not the cities with the most colonial-era infrastructure, not the cities that have been calling themselves modern for the longest time. The cities that are winning are the cities that decided to govern themselves properly. Kigali decided. Rabat decided. Cape Town has better governance than most African cities. Nairobi built an innovation ecosystem by creating conditions for private companies to want to be there. The cities that are losing are the ones where infrastructure investment is happening without institutional capacity to manage it, where technology scores are high, but governance scores are low, where brilliant young people are building things despite the system, not because of it. That gap between cities that are investing in governance and cities that are investing only in buildings is the most important thing on this list. You can build Eco Atlantic in a city where the lights go out and call it modern. Or you can clean your streets, ban plastic bags, make every resident spend 3 hours a month maintaining their community, and actually be modern. The ranking does not lie. Let us know in the comments section which city you think is most underrated on this list, the one that deserves to be higher, and which African city you think will break into the top 10 for the first time by 2030. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If so, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We have decided to bring videos on something nobody talks about: Black culture, civilization, history, and evidence about how glorious Blacks have been. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.